Hello students, welcome to the class. So let us start with the new chapter topic of today's. Previously we have already completed with the structure of flower and what are their functions, how they are designed. Now we have to go to the next step of it, that is the pollination. So in the sexual reproduction of flowers, next we have to see about the pollination, that how agents are transferred, because the male and female gamete needs to be fused, and for that purpose male gamete is required to be transferred on the female's gamete. So let us start with that. The word pollination means transfer of pollen from anther of one flower to stigma of another flower. Alright, so it means that anther is required to be transferred on the stigma of the other flower or same flower. This is called as the pollination. So when male gamete has been transferred to the female gamete, that is your all pollination. Now let us see the types of pollination first. So let me for that remove this. So now as we know that each and everything is having difficulty, and we know that we are having two different types of plants. One is unisexual and one is bisexual. So for both of these things we are having different types of the pollination. Let them see one by one. So here you can see two different plants, plant number 1 and plant number 2. So here two different plants are. So many flowers are here, and I had mentioned at some places A, B and C. So let us see that what is that. The two different types of pollination which we have to study is self-pollination and the other one is cross-pollination. Self-pollination means that when the anther is transferred from same plant of flower to the other flower of the same plant. That means when from this plant, plant number 1, flowers anther will be transferred to the same flower of this plant only, that is the self-pollination. Alright. Now here you can see these two parts A and B. In this A I had mentioned that in this same flower, the male gamete which is here, it is getting transferred from here, and then on this flower, inside this flower only, on the female's part, it is going to get stable, it is going to land on it. So that is the self-pollination. Same way. Wait. So on the same flower, it has got landed over here on the same flower stigma. In this B part, you can see that from one flower of this plant only, it is anther is going and landing on the second flower's stigma, right? So these two are the self-pollination, because in same plant it is going on, so it is a self-pollination. Now this self-pollination generally happens in the bisexual flowers. Bisexual flowers are those flowers in which male and female, both the reproductive parts are present, right? So that one is the bisexual. For example, hibiscus, for example, mustard is there. So these two are the examples of bisexual plants. Now, as I have told you these two types, so they both are having one name. So the type in which in same flower it happens, self-pollination happens in the same flowers, anther and stigma, that type is called as autogamy. And the other type of the self-pollination, where this self-pollination is happening between two different flowers of the same plant, is called as geitonogamy. Okay, so one type is self-pollination, which is again divided into two types, autogamy and geitonogamy. Autogamy in the same flowers, anther and stigma, whereas geitonogamy in the same plants, two different flowers, it happens. Second type is our cross-pollination. Now in cross-pollination, pollination happens between two different plants' flower. That means from first plant, the anther will travel, see, anther is traveling here and coming to the second plant's flower. This type of pollination is called as a cross-pollination, right? So for example, this kind of a pollination generally happens in the unisexual plants. Unisexual, where the plant is having only one reproductive part, only one sex reproductive part, either male or the females, right? So this is the cross pollination happening between the two different plants' flowers. Now they both are having their different name, as cross pollination is also called as xenogamy. So if you hear xenogamy, that means it is talking about the cross-pollination. Whereas if you will talk about the self-pollination, you know self-pollination is called as autogamy. Okay. So these are the different types of pollination which happens in a plant. Thank you for watching the video. So now let us start with the agents of pollination which we have to study. Agents of pollination, you know that these are the agents, or these are the pollinators who transfers the pollens from anther to stigma. So that kind of organisms or that modes of pollination is called as agents of pollination. So those who transfer anther to stigma, they are the pollinators, and the process is called as pollination. So pollination is basically of two types, and their agents are basically of two types, abiotic agents and the biotic agents. Abiotic, you know that all the natural things which is present in the environment, like your air, like water, like soil, like temperature. But here we have to see two agents of pollination, that is wind pollination, wind pollinators, and the mode of water pollination, where wind is the pollinator, right? So these two we'll see in this abiotic component, in abiotic agents. Next is the biotic agent, means the living organisms, those who are there, how they are transferring pollens from pollens of anther to the stigma. That is the biotic agent. So let us see the first type, that is your abiotic agents. Abiotic agents are the wind pollinators, means the pollination which happens by the wind, and the other one is water. For example, if a pollen is there, it is traveling in the air, that kind of pollination by traveling in the air, and from air they land on the stigma of any of the flower of their own species and they start fertilization. That successful process is just because of the wind. So wind is carrying that agent, wind is carrying that male gamete to the female gamete. So for that purpose, this is the wind pollination. It is having another name also called as the anemophily. Second, we are having water pollination. For water pollination, you can also just imagine an example that during pujas, during festivals, we keep nariyals in our home, coconut, right? So what happens after that, for completing that puja or our worship, we just throw it or just let it flow in the water. So through water resource it travels and reaches, and wherever it reaches and comes at the bank of the river, there it starts growing if it is getting the favorable environment and all the things capable for it to develop. So there it starts developing. So that kind of a pollination is called as a water pollination, and its example is, its another name is actually hydrophyly. Same way we are having the biotic agents also, different kinds of animals also, those who are helping as a pollination, and they are the pollinators which are responsible for transferring male gamete to the female gamete. One of its example type is the mammals. So for example, like goat is there, if she is just grazing, then through grazing on her skin or on her feet, she will carry the pollen, and if she goes walking and goes travel some distance and then it drops out, so there also it can fertilize. It is chances is there that it will meet to the female gamete and will fertilize. So mammals are also one type of the biotic agent who are responsible for the pollination. Secondly, we are having reptiles like snake, like crocodile, like lizard, like chameleon. They travel in the garden, and because of traveling they can have the pollens on their body, and later wherever they are going, if they drop out or if it flows away, then it will reach to the female gamete, female flower, where it will be able to fertilize. Third, we are having birds. Birds, they also like in butterfly is there or any other bird is there, they are going for the nectar and they'll carry those on their body, and they can also be a pollinator who can pollinate the male gamete to female gamete. And this, with the bird's help which is done, pollination is done, it is called as ornithophyly. And the pollinations are also done by insects. So the pollination done by insects are entomophyly. So like here I had used the word butterfly, but actually butterfly won't come over here. Butterfly comes in the insect category. Bird, sparrow is there, crow is there. So these all are the birds, right? And insects like butterfly is there, or any insect is there, female mosquito is there. They are traveling from one flower to another, right? So at that time also they can contain or they can have the pollen on their body. Birds, many of the birds make their nest, or they just take shed under the plant. So that is how they all are making their body or their body surface as a place to have the male gamete, that is pollen, and then when they travel on their way or by the different process which they are doing, through that they leave the male gamete on the female flower or nearby, or they just drop it in the wind. So all these are the examples of the pollination, and all these are the agents of the pollination, and this is the mode where gametes are transferred. So thank you for watching. Hope you have understood this topic.